Well, as we check out round one, heat number one, Toledo, Andre, Tomas, Hermes, all Brazilian matchup to kick off the Moche Curl Pro. Julian Wilson had that crazy final with Medina a couple of years back. Wilson's in heat three with Keanu Singh and Kaiwa Belli, as we see the first wave of the morning. Toledo with a lot of speed, and this one's going to stretch out without him. Closes out, and now priority will be set up with Andre and Hermes with plenty of time to go.
You know, Toledo, quick little start there. Not going to be a keeper by any means, just a 0.5, but how's how quick he gets up and gets going. I mean, it's, you know, he's got that really fast start to a wave that gives him that speed straight off the bat, Joe.
Filipe on the board with a 0.5. Now here comes Tomas Hermes. Tomas, quick jam off the lip. The bottom drops out. Rips another big snap off the top. A beautiful two-turn combo.
Yeah, that was a good little opener right there.
Next wave sets up for Toledo on the answer back. Pulls in for a tight little barrel. Snap off the lip and flows through the finishing move. So moving quickly through his points, trying to get a tube on the board real quick. Now just waiting for Jadson Andre to get a start here in the first heat of the morning. Came so close to qualifying last season. That's why he's been getting the call up. Let's see how he did on this two-turn combo.
Yeah, this is what you got to do. Straight off the bat, straight into a beautiful turn right there. And again, puts a lot of pressure on that back foot. And then you could see when he was coming down, because of the quick transition, having to really lean back. Filipe, just a little bit of a different approach there. Beautiful snap to finish, you know, but I tell you, that little tube ride, you got to make sure it's a clean exit. The judges are going to be very critical when it comes down to that. You got to get in and out nice and clean to maximize that scoring potential.
More waves on the way. Tomas Hermes now checking out a left-hander. Nice little snap off the lip. End section goes away from him, so he's down. So moving quickly with the wave count here. Tomas with a couple scores to lock in.
I think right where Toledo is where Jadson should be.
Now Toledo on another one. Off the bottom. Nice and vertical. Tight backhand snap. And he'll lose the second maneuver. So Toledo, Hermes going back and forth, and Jadson trying to recover.
Let's have a look at Toledo here. What happened on his wave? Beautiful opening turn. Love that quick whip around right there. Straight up through the lip again, just pushing a little too hard. And I think sometimes Filipe can get into that situation where he's almost trying to give it too much. You know, you've got to almost not fight the wave, let it flow, and here he goes again.
Little inside ride for Toledo, full rotation, landing perfectly in the flats. Now coming into the inside, looking for one more, blows the fins out. What a dreamy little combo for a 2-foot wave. Ricardo Toledo is loving it. We'll see him with the ability to get that crazy body torque above the lip. What happened here, Potts?
Well, racing down the line, obviously a little bit of backwash. Look at that, all the way around there. So that is a complete 360 in the air, lands perfect, and then finishes off with a beautiful sort of turn at the end of that wave right there, keeping that speed moving. That made that maneuver even all the more functional. See how high he gets, punches out towards the beach, which you kind of got to do with those offshore conditions. Toledo, and then finished off with a fins-free turn at the end. So let's have a look here. Connects perfectly, projects out towards the beach, gets that board all the way around, lands facing the beach. I mean, that is a difficult thing to do, Joe. And then to come out of that with speed and have your feet in the right place, that is a technique in itself.
Now Toledo starts this one off with a pretty solid score line. Had a 5.0 on his second wave, then turns in at 8.17 for wave number 4. Tomas Hermes with a 7 and a 3.33. Let's have another look here.
Yeah, a little wobbly face right there, but Toledo just stomps that absolutely perfect straight into the next turn. So making it even more functional, finishing off with that fins-free turn at the end there, just sliding that board.
Now trying to put himself in the final series a little bit more often, which is a good goal. Here's Tomas Hermes. Snap to start, getting down the line. Going for the air. Tail high reverse. Lands it for a moment, but ends up going down. Had the 7 early with a 2-turn combo. More waves on the way. This will be the opening ride for Jadson Andre with some speed. Nice and vertical off the lip, backhand snap. Now looking for a third maneuver and a quick finishing move for Andre to get on the board.
Geez, you needed that, that's for sure. It was going to be warning bells if Jadson didn't get a good opener. So it's, you know, it's a good solid little opener for him.
Tomas got the 7 out of the gates. Now Jadson trying to play catch-up out front. Checks out a left-hander. Quick snap, blows the fins out towards the beach. He'll hang on for a moment, but he'll be incomplete. So 18-40 as Jaddy's trying to make his comeback roll here.
You know, here's Jadson's wave here. You can see a little bit off balance there to kick things off, but capitalizes nicely. Had he stuck this was going to be a good little score for Jadson, but didn't quite ride out of that. So one maneuver wave there for Jadson Andre. This is the replay of his opening wave. Nice vertical snap, quick on his feet. Energizer Bunny like surfing, where he's just really non-stop. There's a lot of moving parts in Jadson's approach to riding waves, but it's going to be a good opener for him, and he's back in the heat, Joe.
Andre opens up with a 5.83, and now that second score on the left, where he fell in the finish, will be just under. But he's making a comeback roll here. 17:40 to go. First priority is with Filipe Toledo. Surfers that have done some damage. Brett Simpson last season when he took out Medina. Medina came in with 2 minutes to go. As we get back to this one, Tomas Hermes, a couple of quick backside snaps off the lip. Another little rip on the inside corner. Hermes needing a 6.18 to steal the lead.
Obviously, you know, not needing such a big score, 6.18. Let's have a look at this right here. Big snap off the top, comes around, and he manages to fit big turns in on little waves, and I think that's the surprising factor with him. He's sneaky powerful for his size, and he's not a tall guy, but he surfs big. He does those big turns. He makes it look dynamic.
And we're still putting the target on his back because he's finaled here in the past. Now checking out some live action with Filipe Toledo on the backhand. Snap to float to whip on the inside corner. Looking really comfortable in the smaller conditions at Super Tubos. Looking to improve on a 5.0 with now 9:45 remaining putts.
Yeah, Thomas just came up a little short on that last left-hander. He needed a 6.18, got a 5.83. So, you know, I like it when Filipe kind of pulls back a little bit. You saw him do it on that wave. He knew he needed a keeper. That 5.0 not enough really at this point to keep the other guys at bay. So I like it when he pulls back. You know, his style sort of cleans up a little bit, and he looks a bit more confident, a bit more smoother.
Dane Reynolds, when he was on tour, known to go for broke on every wave. As we look at Toledo now, a ton of speed, looking to ramp up, full rotation, alley-oop, and he lands hard in the flats. Looked like he was setting up for another big score, and ends up going down. Ricardo still loving that big attempt just moments ago. Here's Tomas Hermes. Quick whip in the pocket, sets up a little tube ride, and he'll pop out. That's a big ask. Fanning said he's already preparing for this thing to go to pipeline. As we look at Tomas Hermes, minute 40 to go. Needs a 6.18 flyaway punt, ends up going down. Remember, non-elimination format. So we'll see these guys again in round 2. Minute 30, Jadson with a last-ditch effort. Snap, backside float, he's down. So a tough one for positioning for Andre in this matchup, and our heat leader springing down the line, looking to ramp up a massive full rotation air. He'll lay back in the whitewater, and the judges aren't going to give that a huge score because he didn't ride out in front of the whitewash, but what a huge lift off from Toledo right in front of Jadson as we enter the final minute.
Yeah, what a shame he didn't ride out of that. That was going to be another excellent score for Filipe. And that's the danger about this kid. I mean, look at it. It's a wobbly closeout. Goes to the air, gets that perfect rotation, lands a little bit on that bounce. The whitewater, when the wave breaks, it's got a little bit of a bounce to it, and taking a little bit of speed off that exit there for Filipe. But, geez, that was amazing in the air.
So we'll close out the first heat of the morning. Filipe Toledo dominating the first matchup, moving straight into round 3. Tomas Hermes and Jadson Andre will be reseeded in the second round.